Hey guys, welcome to another recap from New Zealand's biggest gap year, where a few years ago, Robin and I did an epic challenge around New Zealand doing 365 days of 365 activities. And on day 195, we went on a ski plane trip to the Tasman Glacier. So check out the video to see what that experience is like. And at the end of the video, I'll be going through some of the comments and questions you guys had from the first time that we published it. So I'll see you at the end.
Today is a pretty awesome day as we are heading to the Mount Cook airport once more because we are going to fly up to the Tasman Glacier and actually land on a glacier with a plane. It's called a ski plane and I'm stoked about it. As soon as we arrive in the middle of the Mount Cook airport, we are seeing a hugely busy airport. There are people after people going on awesome experiences all around the area and we are one of them. We meet Matt, which is going to be our pilot today, and a bunch of other tour goers that are going to be joining us for this awesome flight. The goal today is to fly all the way up New Zealand's longest glacier and land on top of it in the snowy part, just to see a very different angle of the Tasman Glacier than we saw last time when hiking in and out the beautiful glacier. Check that video out, it was 2 days ago and it was called Mount Cook Glacier Heli Hike. As soon as we take off, we are absolutely amazed by the plane itself first. It is a pretty old dinghy and it's really awesome to see that those old technology actually works very well. I'm really used to those massive airline planes which are beautiful and super technologic, and that reassures me, but this is just a simple soapbox that works with good old physics.
There's no need for a fancy plane when the views are that good. We are following the whole length of the Tasman Glacier, which is actually New Zealand's longest glacier at 23 kilometers long. And it's 1 to 2 kilometers wide and God knows how deep. And we're getting such awesome views of the glacier, which looks like a super long and straight white river below us. And another really striking thing about this flight is actually how close we're getting to the mountains. We're sort of flying alongside the mountains, not really over the top of them, so this is such a real surreal feeling. But then we notice that we are actually getting closer to the ground, the mountains are towering above us, and this means that we are finally coming into landing onto the Tasman Glacier, onto the snowfields. As the propeller is slowing down and the skis are getting closer to the ground, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Everyone in the plane is glued to the windows watching those skis touch the snow. This is the first and probably the only time in our lives that we are in a ski plane landing on a glacier. In fact, there's not that many places in the world that you can have this experience. But as you can see, we are super stoked that our pilot managed to pull this off, so we are now hopping out of the ski plane and we are stepping onto the Tasman Glacier.
The Tasman Glacier is New Zealand's longest glacier. It's also quite a fast moving glacier. It moves at 0.65 meters a day, which is quite fast for a glacier. And there is snow on top of the Tasman Glacier all year round, so this tour is available all year round since the plane can only land on the snow. We got heaps of time, actually we got about 20 minutes to explore the glacier, take heaps of pictures, embrace the stunning views and feel tiny surrounded by so many gigantic mountains before we head back onto the plane for the journey back to the base. For the flight back, Laura and I have swapped seats, so she gets a front view and I get the view from the side wings, which is pretty awesome. The takeoff is a bit of an unreal experience as the plane is starting to speed really fast on the snow before finally taking off. I don't know if the wheels were actually moving or the plane was just sliding downhill, and at some point it finally took off. It was really awesome to be able to access such a remote area. There is basically no other way aside from 9 days hike in the snow to arrive into the top of the Tasman Glacier, so we feel super lucky. And the awesome thing about the flight back as well is that we get to see a whole different side of the valley. Our pilot Matt is taking the time to get us really up close to the mountain ridges on both sides of the mountains, and we get really close to a massive icefall coming down from Mount Cook. It's an impressive sight. I've never seen anything like that, and I did not know we could be flying so close to it. I feel like I could almost just reach out and touch it with my hands if I could open the window.
Luckily, Robin doesn't have the right to open a window in this tiny airplane. But once we get to the end of the Tasman Glacier, that is not the end of the stunning views, because at the end of the glacier is where it terminates into the Tasman Glacier Lake. And this lake is an ever-expanding one. It's getting bigger and bigger every year. It's currently around 5 kilometers long. It features loads of different icebergs which are broken off from the glacier, and from up here they just look like little white dots in the lake, but if you get close up to them, they're actually massive. Another really awesome feature to see from the sky is the braided rivers making their way into Lake Pukaki. And once we see this sort of scenery, that means that we're actually coming closer to the Mount Cook airport. So now it's time for us to do our final landing of today. Admittedly, it's not as exciting as landing in the snow, but it's still pretty cool.
It was an absolutely amazing experience to fly in such an amazing area. We got a bird's eye view on some of the most prestigious and pristine landscape of the country, and this really makes us want to do it even more. So tomorrow we are gonna hop onto another flight to do a 360 loop around beautiful Mount Cook.
I know that we're about to land. He's putting the skis down on the plane, and it is not a system where you push a button, it's like nope. It's and the skis slowly go down. It is pretty impressive how, basic it is.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and got a good idea of what that experience is like. Now we did get quite a few comments and questions that I'll go through right now, and this is from when we published this video the first time. So we got Elosso saying, one of the highlights of my trip in the South Island, I recommend it. So see, it's not just us that recommend it, others think that it's pretty awesome as well. We have Andrew Little saying, would you recommend the helicopter ride or the ski plane? Now, if you can't really decide between both, you can actually do a mixture of both in one tour. So In-Flight Experiences, which are the company that do this ski plane experience, they do a tour where you can take either a ski plane or the helicopter ride up onto the Tasman Glacier. You land on the glacier and then you take either the ski plane or the helicopter, obviously the opposite from what you took to get there. You take the opposite transport back down to the Mount Cook base. So you can experience both a ski plane and a helicopter in the same tour. So if you can't decide between both, why not try both of them in the same tour? But if I had to choose, ski plane is being able to actually land on a glacier in a ski plane is a really unique experience. You can't do that anywhere else in New Zealand, and in comparison, helicopters are pretty much everywhere in New Zealand. It feels like every Kiwi pretty much has one on their driveway. Well, it's maybe not that bad, but yeah, so I feel like if you can't experience a ski plane anywhere else, which is the case, then I would definitely recommend doing the ski plane because it's really different and a really unique experience compared to the helicopters. And then you can do a helicopter tour somewhere else and experience the difference there. All right, and then did we get any more questions? Yes, we did. Hi there. Just wanted to ask, what month did you went? And that's from Warren. So we did this during summer, believe it or not, in December. So despite it being summer, we actually land on a glacier and we're surrounded by snow. So this experience can be done all year round at Mount Cook. So it doesn't really matter what season you go. But yeah, we went in summertime during December. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and you found all that extra information useful. And if you do want to learn more about traveling to Mount Cook and the different experiences to do there, then we do have a whole Mount Cook section on nzpocketguide.com. So head over to the website to find lots of free information. And if you do have any comments or questions of your own, you can always put them in the comments section below this video, or head over to our live session, which we do every single Sunday at 8 AM New Zealand time. We go through all your New Zealand travel questions and answer them directly back to you live. So join us for that live session, and just so you get a notification, make sure that you click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know when we are going to go live. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next video.